Oh man, I love this question is so funny because there are so many and all of them are entirely inappropriate. Like, though I'll just go with like my first because it was literally my first night of my first tour. I was 20 or I was 19 and I had a fake ID to even like get me to play in the club. But most clubs didn't ID. If you were playing, they didn't, like, you were on tour, they just assumed. But we were in New Orleans, our first night. I'd never been to New Orleans. Uh, we were, okay. So I was in a backing band for this Danish dude called the Migrant, who's amazing. But everybody thought that the whole band was from Denmark, just because he was. And it was like we were playing his music. And we had decided to go along with it and just pretend like we couldn't speak English. So we're in New Orleans. We're all Danish. And we're playing at this dope old bar in, I think, called the Circle Bar. It was like a house. An old house that had been a bar forever. And like the bartender reminded me of like Ursula from The Little Mermaid. She was just like this big, powerful, beautiful, like grew up in this bar. And we all were pretending to be Danish, so everybody we met, we're like, yeah, like just not saying anything. But no, everyone's drunk and nobody knows Danish, so no one's calling us out on it. The boys were a lot more bold than me. They were like making up Danish quotes and like cheersing with groups of people and speaking fake, like just so whatever. And Bjarke, the lead, the Great Dane of the band, was just like, he thought it was hilarious. But we ended up going to a strip club with a bunch of people, with like the opening band and a bunch of people. And we ended up going home. Like we all went to one of the strippers' houses. I heard she had a trampoline and a pet bunny. So I was like, I'm going to get this bunny and I'm going to hang out on this trampoline. And I did. The bunny escaped. I was super drunk. I lost her bunny. And I fell asleep on this trampoline and I woke up crazy sunburned. Next to a chick I like don't remember meeting, but I guess she was partying with us. But I was like, I woke up super red on this trampoline in New Orleans and like kind of remembered also that this chick thinks I don't speak English and it's like the morning after and we're all gonna go get coffee together. And I was like, do I have to stay in this state? But I'm so hungover and I'm so red and I have like trampoline burn on my knees and elbows. I'm just like, just being a ridiculous human being. And I had to like pretend to be Danish that whole morning. And also, side note, some of those people ended up coming to Austin where I live. They were at our like homecoming show and my parents were there too. So we all got outed as like, we all speak English. We're totally piece of shit Americans. So it bit me in the ass too. But that was my first night of tour. And many crazy things have happened since, but that one is a memorable and slightly more appropriate adventure. I love the way you think. That's absolutely, I mean, who knows? Maybe I didn't even think about that. But also I couldn't talk and defend myself in that moment because I wasn't supposed to speak English. So it was just kind of like, oh no. Like, oh. Yeah, I wonder how she feels about Danish people. Maybe that was her only experience with Danish people and she's just like, fucking idiots. It's like, no, actually we were all from Texas and we're fucking idiots. Like, sorry. Don't let little Danish girls get on your trampoline with your rabbit. Just don't.